Hey guys, Scott from Aristocob.com here, and today with me is...
Seth, also known as Boy.
And welcome to...
Markwood Wins Breakfast Club, episode 6.
You look like you're on American Idol.
Yeah.
You know, when you call this number.
Yeah. If only my co-host was as handsome as Ryan Seacrest.
Oh yeah. I'm having a bad hair day, or several weeks here. This side doesn't look nearly as nice as this side. Look at this. I'm having a good hair day over here. Maybe I should look this way.
That's good. Hey, that reminds me. Not long ago we went to...
Shades.
No. Not long ago we went to see a movie, and there was an ad for Ben Stiller's new movie. And I'd read an article. If you get a chance, look it up. I might even remember to put it in the... Yeah.
Secret Life of Walter Mitty. It's a remake, people.
Yeah. The movie doesn't matter. It's not my point. I read an article a little whiles back, and I'll try to find it and put it in here, but just Google it, really, about the two sides of Ben Stiller's face. And he has a side, and I don't notice too much of a difference, but there's one side of his face that is his serious leading man side, and the other side that is goofy. And this article goes through all of his movies, and even scene by scene, they'll film his face on different sides. So, you know, in the getting his junk stuck in a zipper scene, and there's something about Mary, it's all shot from one side. And then later when he's declaring his love, it's all shot from the other side.
Oh, that's
and
weird.
And consistently, movie to movie to movie, Zoolander, all of the serious scenes are over here, whichever side.
Mystery Men.
Mystery
Filmed
Men,
from
yeah.
behind, apparently.
Yeah. Every single one. It's really, really interesting. I don't know.
We know our faces.
Both sides of my face are
our faces are not mirror image of each other, or the halves of our face. And if you've ever not done that, you should try that. Take a picture. Try to get a straight-on picture of your face. Take it over to like Microsoft Paint or something and copy half your face and flip it. It's weird. You'll get two completely different people.
Or you could do what we used to do at the Science Museum and just put a mirror right up.
Mm-hmm. It's hard. You don't really get a good view like that.
No. What you smoking?
I'm going back to my roots. Actually, I'm not. This is not Lane 1Q, though this is Lane BCA. It's Black Cavendish. Bulk tobacco. What are you? You're not even smoking yourself.
No, I'm vaping. Talk about this in a minute. This is caramel apple. But more on that in a little bit.
Smells good.
It is delicious. It's really good. Really, really good.
Well, good.
So it is, today should be December 16th. So we're a week and a half out from Christmas, and right in the middle, smack dab of the holiday season. And
tobacco advent.
Well, yeah, that I am now including that in the holiday season because I'm enjoying tobacco advent so much that it's a part of my holiday tradition, I think.
Hanukkah is over. We're looking forward to Christmas. I'm not sure where Kwanzaa falls.
Does anybody?
If you haven't seen it, last year Rhett and Link did Christmas Sweatz with a Z. Mm-hmm. Watch Christmas Sweatz. And they're supposed to be filming something new this year, probably with the same characters, but funny and a catchy video too.
Speaking of Rhett and Link and YouTube, one of my favorite videos of theirs, they did Christmas carols. And they filmed themselves singing the Christmas carols. And then they had YouTube do the auto captions.
Right.
They sang the auto captions, and then they filming themselves doing that. And then they sang the auto captions of those auto captions, and they may have even done it one more time. And it's just hysterical because YouTube's auto caption is good enough if you're in an emergency situation, but by and large, it's really bad. And this just illustrates just how bad. It's like taking a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy. It's quite hysterical.
I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Rhett and Link. Rhett and Link are a couple of my favorites. I start every morning with Good Mythical Morning, which is Monday through Friday. And they have been doing a Saturday show to promote their podcast, Ear Biscuits. which I now automatically download onto my iPad, and then when I travel, I listen to that. And,
Do it in bulk?
No, I don't do it in bulk. I do it every single week.
No.
So I just keep several weeks episodes. They run about an hour long, and they're really good, really interesting. They've been interviewing YouTubers and just hearing their backstory and stuff that you don't normally hear about these folks, like Grace Helwig and Hannah Hart and a number of other people that they've done so far. And some of these people, folks I don't follow, but I know who they are.
What are they going to do? Harley from Epic Mealtime.
Maybe
that's
it's
one I'd like
already done by now.
Rhett and Link, get on it. I'll watch that one. Or listen to it.
Yeah, if you don't know, Epic Mealtime.
I'll put that biscuit on my ears.
It's all about the bacon.
Bacon, yeah. Really big, unhealthy meals that just look so good. So manly.
Look up fast food lasagna. That is my all-time favorite Epic Mealtime.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then just please follow the YouTube rabbit hole, because there's a lot of good stuff. They've done a lot of really good stuff, and it's all crazy. And again, most of it looks just really stinking good. It's one of my favorite cooking shows.
So speaking of healthy eating.
Yeah. Were we?
No, we weren't. We have a couple things. I don't know. I guess it's becoming our tradition because, again, I'm a tool guy. Going into Christmas, we'll talk about some ideas that you, maybe you can hint to your spouse for gift giving to you. Or maybe some things that you just might want to get yourself. So I have a couple things I want to share today. And,
as do I.
You can add to this. If you don't already have magnetic tool trays, these are so handy. First off, they have magnets in them, so that appeals to me.
Yeah, second of that was supposed to be
Second.
all.
Second?
And then it became off. Second, you should definitely keep them away from the expensive electronic microphones sitting on the table.
They have magnets on them. Sometimes they're round, sometimes they're square, sometimes they're rectangular. I keep these on my workbench, and whenever I'm assembling or disassembling things, I can just toss the screws and metal hardware into this. If you're working on cars, this goes back to really an automotive thing. You can stick this right onto the side of the car. I'll often just throw this over on my toolbox if I just need to clear off my bench. But you should have these. And at Harbor Freight, these are, the round ones are like $3. Of course, you're buying that when they're on sale, when you have a coupon or something. And I bet you I didn't spend $5 on this one. And I love it. Use it all the time.
Word of caution from the geek. As great as that might be for keeping screws and things together, do not use that for holding together electronic components.
Yeah, because you can magnetize them.
Yeah,
Don't set your cell phone in it.
Right, they would get magnetized, and then as you're putting your computer hard drive back together, you're actually destroying it from the inside using science. So, so don't do that.
Okay, a couple other things that I think are handy for woodworkers. I tend to live in those circles.
What happens if you put your Magnecob into the magnet tray?
Well, it depends upon which direction the magnet was.
Does it open a wormhole?
No wormholes at all.
Is that an Aristocob guarantee?
Yes. We are firmly guaranteeing for the life of the original owner. No wormholes. I showed over on the Aristocob channel one day my key ring, and this is a little thing from Woodcraft. They sell this for $5, and for woodworkers, it's a neat little doodad to keep on your key ring, but it's an actual real product. Let me show you what it's based on. Most wood turners have one of these. It's a center finder, and you can use this to find the center of square ends of lumber. So for example, this is a spindle turned for a leg, and to put that on a lathe, you would take this, and it allows you with a pencil or scribe to find the center of the stock. Now if your stock isn't perfectly square, not a big deal. You just go around all four corners and it'll create 4 intersecting lines, and the center of those 4 will be the center of your stock. Bam! There you go. How's that for a screenshot? Okay. Well, that same device can also be used for finding the center of something round. So maybe you've already got a spindle or something that you're wanting to relocate, or I might buy a dowel and want to turn a finial or something out of a dowel. You can take the same device.
What's a finial?
Like turning a finial on a grandfather clock would be in the center of the crown. You might have a little turn spindle in the center.
Okay.
That's a finial. You can take
Like
this,
acorn.
yeah, on round stock, and again, same dealio. You can find the center. They can't see that I just found the center because I
Where's your Sharpie?
used a pencil. It's in my pocket. Sharpie is always in my pocket. There we go, center of round. So with this little fella, it doesn't just mimic a center finder, it is a center finder for pen turners. People that are turning small blanks like this, and those
If you have a lathe, if you have a little bit of time, pins, hand-turn pins make phenomenal Christmas presents. You still have a week and a half to go get the supplies. You can get them at Woodcraft, you can get them online.
And honey, if I only had a lathe and some tools, I could make all of our Christmas gifts this year.
It's like the reverse of the gift of the Magi.
Yeah, exactly.
You buy me a lathe, I make you some pins.
That's nothing at all like the gift of the man.
I said it's like the reverse of it. Not I sold this to get you the thing you want, and then I sold this.
I got
But
you.
it's we both get
I
the
see
things
where
that we
you're going
want.
here.
Yeah,
I like the way you're thinking.
yeah.
So that's an actual functional device, and plus it kind of shows that you're a woodworker, wood turner. I think it's a neat tool. And for $5, get it at Woodcraft. We can put a link to that. We can put a link to this too.
I think
that's a
we can
real-
agree. We have all spent $5 on less, on worse. I mean, not on less.
I spent that on less too.
Yeah.
All right, so there's just a couple last minute gift ideas for yourself.
I have a few actually.
Okay.
Last minute gift ideas for yourself to pass on to someone else to get for you. He can't say it, but I can. There's always corncob pipe.
Hey, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Where would you get that?
I don't know. Gas station.
You want to look for C.H. Heine. C. Heine
Yeah.
on the bottom of that corn cob.
I bet it will be there.
At the gas station, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely Aristocob.com. You should go and get that there. I have a mustard stain on my shirt. I wonder if this was here last week.
Are you wearing the same shirt from last week?
No. Well, I don't know.
It tastes like
it was-
mustard.
No.
Well, what about for the ladies?
Hey, well,
Now,
I'm not done. I'm
hey,
not done.
hold on a second.
Hang on.
Ladies might also be do-it-yourselfers. They
Okay,
might also
yeah.
like a tool
Right.
tray. They might also like to have a
Sure.
center finder. So
These
quit
are-
being so sexist.
Look, these are certainly gender neutral.
My sister would love those.
Yeah.
Several of my sisters would love those.
Probably not the pipes, but anyway, other things, other good gift ideas for.
That was a waste. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Okay, this little piece of equipment is excellent for the YouTuber in your life. This is a Blue brand Yeti microphone. Sometimes you can find them on sale. This one was purchased on Woot.com. If you're not familiar with Woot, WOOT.com. It's used to be a one deal a day site. Now they have like 40 deals a day.
That's because they're now owned by Amazon.
Right. And so sometimes they have really great things and you can get them at really cheap prices. This one was refurbished. It has a small nick on the very back, and
Which is what they're saying. Their eyes cannot
Right.
keep off of that problem.
that small nick saved me $110 off of the retail price.
Man.
$150 microphone for $40. So definitely check out Woot or any other deal sites, and I highly recommend the the Blue Yeti, or any of the Blue.
I use the Blue Snowball, which
Yeah.
is a round microphone that's also fantastic.
And they also have...
And they plug into a USB port, so they work if you're recording on a computer, recording along with a webcam, for example.
yeah, this is...
Great audio.
This one is considered... This is in the Pro tier.
Yeti Pro.
Yeah, they have a Yeti Pro, which is even a step above, and that one it can record in all of the hertz, and it can it has a plug for MIDI, I think,
And
so you can plug it
it's-
directly into like an amp.
It's got the standard 9, I think it's a 9-pin
That's
jack
it, yeah.
that you can plug into an amplifier.
Right, so you can record it, use that for professional music recording and performances. But a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people that have a lot of this is one of the microphones recommended by a lot of professional podcasters that podcast, amateur
Podcasts.
professional. It's also highly recommended by a lot of musicians who have started kind of the grassroots musicians that do a lot of live shows on Google's Google Live events, Google Hangouts Live, and highly recommend if you can get it. Second thing on my list is an E-cig. This is a cool device. Some of you are familiar with it, some of you may not be. This is a juice, a flavored juice, that goes into a coil that heats it up, and when it heats it up, it produces a flavored water vapor. They have juices that are in nicotine versions and non-nicotine versions. This is a very low nicotine version because I don't smoke for the nicotine. I smoke to enjoy the flavor and the experience. But what's cool about it, not only does it have a very similar, it gives you a similar experience to smoking, but it doesn't smell nearly as bad. And the smell doesn't linger because it's a water vapor. It doesn't stick to your clothes. It doesn't stink up the car. So it means that I can enjoy this around my wife and son without harming them and without my wife being disgusted by the way I smell afterward.
Or stanking up the car.
Right.
I use mine in rental cars. I use it in hotels. And they work very well. To me, they're not a cigar. They're not a pipe. But they're close enough that on those occasions where I can't smoke, rainy day and I'm trapped in a hotel, I'll vape.
What's really cool is because it's not dependent on tobacco, you can have flavors that are just across the board. Like I said, this one is a caramel apple. They have dessert flavors. They have alcohol flavors. They have fruits and bacon flavors. And with those flavors, a lot of people use these to help with dieting because you get the sensation and the flavor of foods while you're eating healthy things that don't taste very good.
Styrofoam.
The other great benefit to these is people that are dependent on cigarettes. A lot of them have found success in quitting smoking by choosing vaping as an alternative.
That is just, you just hear that. You have no anecdotal evidence.
My father-in-law, who was a 2-pack-a-day smoker for 37 years, has quit for 7-8 months now because we got him an e-cig. And what's cool is even though there's nicotine or can be nicotine in the liquid, there's no tar. There's no harmful carcinogens that cause cancer.
No carbon.
Right. So all the things that gunk up your lungs, they're not there. So phenomenal gift for the smoker in your life.
So what do they do? Do they go to the mall and buy that?
The one at the mall.
Oh, wait a second.
Do not get them the one at Walmart. Some people have been successful with those, and that's awesome, but they are overpriced and they're crappy. This is a good brand. Go to YouTube and search for e-cigs, and you'll find tons of reviews of really great e-cigs that you can get.
Now, the one that I use and that I'm happy with is from a company called Totally Wicked. It is the Tornado Twist or Tornado Tank. It has a variable voltage on the bottom, so I can some of the juices just taste better with a little higher voltage. Some taste better with a lower voltage. You can get more of the vapor if you like that kind of mouthfeel.
Yeah.
And tone it down when you don't want that. And I'm really happy with my e-cig. Now, it is also sold generically, or at least copies of it or something.
Yeah, Ego C Twist is what it's normally called. And see, a lot of the same batteries are just branded with different companies. You can get them, you can get slightly less quality versions, but versions that still work. You can get an entire e-cig setup online for under $20 with your first juice that is going to be miles above the quality and flavor that you'll get with the ones that you get from the mall. My father-in-law, who quit when I got him a quality e-cig, had tried all of the other alternative.
Like the blue?
He had tried, I don't know that he tried the blue, he tried the $100 kit that looks like a cigarette. He bought it at a mall, and when I said, hey, have you tried e-cigs? He said, yes, they're garbage. I said, try this. He said, oh my goodness, that's totally different than anything.
That wasn't this, right?
That wasn't this, that was the Ego Twist.
So the ones at the mall, some of the disadvantages are they have a unique proprietary little canister container
Yeah.
that only fits their atomizer, and so you're stuck buying those from them.
They're non-refillable.
They're non-refillable, yeah.
This I can take off. I can take off the top piece, and many of the tanks you'll find it's got an opening on top. I can buy juice in bulk. I can get 60 milliliters of juice for $30.
How much is that?
That's a lot. That's a lot of juice. This tank holds 3 milliliters.
Imagine 10 milliliters multiplied by
20 of these tanks. I could fill this up 20 times.
And how long could you vape that?
I could vape this for, I have been vaping this for weeks because I don't vape constantly. I use it as an alternative
Cigarette
to
smoker
smoking.
who's smoking
Chain
packs a
smoker
day.
probably will take one of these a day. So in a month, they might buy the equivalent of 1 carton of cigarettes, where if they were smoking, they're buying 2 or 3. So it saves a ton of money, much healthier for them and their spouse and their children.
Now, we're not making a health claim. We don't know.
No.
We don't know. But we do know that the bulk of the content is the same material that's used in nebulizers for delivering medication to children.
Yeah. Everything that's in it is food grade. So they're things that go into food that you eat every single day. The only question is...
Icing contains glycerin, and there's glycerin-based e-juices.
The only difference is, the only thing that has been tested and been found time and again to be safe as far as we know, because this is relatively new. The only concern is what happens when you turn that into an aerosol that you're breathing into your lungs. But many tests have shown that any trace amounts of anything in it are no worse than what you would find in the air that you're breathing on a normal day. One of the true but scare tactic claims that you'll hear a lot is that it contains antifreeze. Of course it does. The vegetable glycerin and the propylene glycol are 2 of the main ingredients. You choose one or the other. Sometimes you can mix them. Both of those things have a lower freezing temperature than water and are therefore used to stop things that require watery liquids to cool from freezing. Propylene glycol is the #1 ingredient in antifreeze because it has a lower freezing point. Just because it's the main ingredient in antifreeze doesn't make it...
That's polyethylene glycol, which is slightly different, but still. The thing about these, if you're a cigar smoker or a pipe smoker and you're not inhaling, then who cares? I don't care. I don't inhale. And so, yes, I'm getting some secondhand vape. That I'm inhaling, right? But again, it's up to you. Do your own research. I think a lot of the scare tactics out there are from people that are trying to ban anybody from enjoying anything but marijuana, apparently. And they can't tax it, or at least they're not taxing it yet. As soon as they figure out a way to tax that e-juice and things, then suddenly it'll be okay for us to buy.
The biggest thing though is if you decide to vape, I highly recommend it. It's not going to bother me. But
Where do you get your juice?
This juice I get from the Vapor Chef. All of his juices I've had so far have just been phenomenal. Very high quality. He was a chef, and he mixes his juices as a chef would, testing them out, trying them out, and they're excellent. He has one that's watermelon. It's called Hobbs Blood. It's watermelon, strawberry, and another watery.
Were the guys
fruit.
vaping that down in Nashville?
May have been. It is so good. It smells, when you smell the vapor, it smells just like a watermelon Jolly Rancher, and that's exactly what it tastes like. It is so good. It takes a while to get your mind around that, but highly recommend it. This is the iTaste MVP 2. It's cool because it's got a USB port at the bottom.
It's crazy huge, but he can use that as a backup battery for his iPhone.
Not only that, but this, I haven't charged it in a while.
What's a while?
I haven't charged this in 2 months, and my battery hasn't gone down.
Of course, again, you're not vaping constantly.
Right.
You're not trying to give up cigarette smoking. Is this the same one that Jason Dagner was using?
He had the MVP 1. The only difference between the two is this one lets you change the wattage. The other one only lets you change the voltage.
The wattage and voltage.
Yes, this lets you do both, and with the wattage, the different tanks that you can put on it, the different atomizers, have different ohm levels. It's very scientific. The other thing I like about vaping is it appeals to the smoker in me and the nerd in me. It's really cool. Basically, it self-regulates the voltage. So you set it and you forget it. You set it where you like it, and you don't ever have to change when you change the tanks. With the other one, you might put a different tank on, and all of a sudden it's just puny. You're getting no fumes. It's sad. So MVP 2 by iTaste, you can get them all over the place. They're excellent. You can usually find sales, $50, comes with the tank. Get some juice from the Vapor Chef.
I get my juice from Johnson Creek.
They have tobacco
They
flavors.
have some tobacco flavors.
Delicious.
So that's what I vape.
Yeah.
We need to wrap this up. How long have we been talking?
We're too long. Too long.
Sorry about that. Thank you all for sticking with us this long. Just obviously things that we're passionate about.
Yeah.
Hey, one last thing.
Buy your wives the girls.
How about gift ideas for the ladies?
Well, hey, I think that's a little sexist because we all enjoy these. Can enjoy these things.
Look, I have been happily married for 27 years. Jandy and I have been married for 32 years. Mm-hmm. But I guess I'll be joining all the rest of the guys at CVS on Christmas Eve, and that's where we tend to get the best gifts are at CVS as seen on TV. But you can't go wrong with chocolate. You can't go wrong with things that are salty.
Ice cream.
How about those? Have you had those chocolate dipped potato chips?
I have seen those.
They're
so expensive,
but they're awesome.
They're so expensive. I saw it's like one bag, a $2 bag. Are they Lay's?
No, I think they're like Pringles. They've got a very maybe not Pringles.
A $2 bag is like a 3-ounce bag. It's like 4 potato chips, and you're done. That's crazy.
Try one.
I will try.
Of course I will. $4 or
Of course I will try one, but that's just crazy to me.
Get them for your bride, and then try.
It's still early enough. Go to Amazon and buy any of these things or any other things, and get 2-day shipping. It's cheap.
Yeah.
Don't wait to CVS. That's miserable.
See you guys on New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. Hey, speaking of
Will
that,
we? No.
Should we talk about where we're going to be, or should we just wait that until next week?
We're going to wait. We're going to tell you next week. We'll tell you where we are, and we'll tell you we're going to Myrtle Beach for Christmas. That's what will be next week. If you're there, maybe
the week of Christmas,
the whole week, from I think Sunday to Sunday, and we will be posting another episode next Monday. But in the meantime, we will be. We'll be there hanging out. Maybe we can
bound to be a tobacco place.
Yeah.
If you know of a place that you can recommend, and hey, if you're in the neighborhood, let's meet up.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And thank you. Yes, Markwood Men's Breakfast Club at breakfast time. and a breakfasty place. Shoot us suggestions for breakfasty place in Myrtle Beach, and keep up with the Tobacco Advent. Shoot us pictures, shoot things, hashtag it Tobacco Advent. Thank you again to everyone who has sent us delicious tobacco. We've really been enjoying it. And
Visit Aristocob.com.
yeah. Thanks. Bye.